The following presentation is brought to you with limited commercial interruption.
As you travel towards the Chesapeake Bay, Annapolis awaits. The Maryland state capital is a postcard of beauty and history. If you look closer, you'll notice that there are signs that this is a college town, but not just any college town. Annapolis is host to an academy tucked on the banks of the Severn River, where the term an institution of higher learning means so much more.
Once I became a midshipman and I started plebe summer, my entire perspective of the Naval Academy, it changed.
I tried to pull his stick down so I could get a quickie on his head. I'm tired.
Nearly 18,000 applicants from all 50 states, whittled down to just 1,211. Only the best of the best accepted, as it has been every year since the Academy was founded 168 years ago, leaving this class of 2016 with the chosen few.
It's really important to understand how rigorous the academic program here at the Naval Academy. It's all a Bachelor of Science, very heavy math and science curriculum, and they go through about 18 credits, typically 18 credits per student.
It's hard. It's long. The year tends to drag on. It's you know, we're at the bottom of the food chain, and it's the best time to develop. It's the best time to really get to know other people and work together. So it's the hardest time, but at the same time, I think it's going to be the most fulfilling.
Our company says 21! Who's ready to do some motivated push-ups?
A plebe is defined as a member of the lowest class at the Naval Academy. And with that label, plebes spend most of their first year taking on new challenges. But one thing they have experienced plenty of is physical training.
Over, up, three.
Lots of PT, a routine part of every midshipman's day.
1, 2, 3.
Physical fitness is a pillar at the Naval Academy, so much so that 15 years ago, a group of fourth-class midshipmen decided a special event was in order to test the readiness of the plebe class, while providing upperclassmen with the opportunity to develop leadership skills. And with that, the sea trials were born. Comcast SportsNet was given unprecedented access to the 2013 version of the longest day of the year at the Naval Academy, from the dark phase at 3 in the morning to the closing ceremony 15 hours later. We were there as America's best and brightest continued their march through Annapolis, a journey to become the future of America's military, and just as important, our country's future leaders. These plebes were tested, but unlike any final exam they may have encountered in the classroom, for the class of 2016, this test was all about strength, will, and perseverance.
Up.
You push the limits you didn't know you were going to be pushed to. 15 hours. It's a really long time, especially when you're moving. And we've also worked with the upper class, so they know how to train the plebes so that you're physically ready for the event.
If you hesitate, that's when people die in real life. Make a decision, move on that decision.
It's long, it's going to be physically challenging. You know, I'm just looking forward to doing it with my classmates.
8 different phases divided into 32 stations with 30 companies participating. All events spread throughout the Naval Academy campus. Sea trials represent a pinnacle event for the fourth-class midshipmen, but nothing can truly prepare them for the experience that lies ahead.
Are you done? Are you done?
When I say my knees were gone, I mean the skin off my knees was literally, you know, scraped off from all of the low crawling that we had done. By this time, it was only 8 a.m.
We'll view the sea trials through the prism of 3 plebes as they look to overcome the challenges of the day while reflecting upon the toughest year of their lives.
I'm midshipman, 4th class Goldwasser, United States Naval Academy.
He is often tested when he steps into the ring, but Max Goldwasser would encounter a test for which no team could ever prepare.
All right, Battalion 1 to Engine 2.
At the end of the semester, I got a call from my parents, and they told me that my house had burned down.
My name is Sarah Giraldo, and I'm a 4th class midshipman.
NC 32.
One measurement they don't take at the Naval Academy, determination. For Sarah Giraldo, no obstacles are beyond her reach.
You know, a lot of people don't believe you can do a lot at 5'1", you know, weighing a lot less than most people, the average guy.
Here you go.
Midshipman, 4th class, Coleman, United States Naval Academy.
I went there with everything, man.
Life at the Academy is all about adjusting, but for Gary Coleman Jr., an enlisted man, it was almost too much to deal with.
I told my detailers in plebe summer, I told them, you know, this is not for me. I don't want to graduate from the Naval Academy. I don't want to be a midshipman anymore.
Teamwork, endurance, and mental toughness. These are the stories of the sea trials and the lessons that they learned. Stay with us for this incredible look behind the scenes of America's future heroes in training as Comcast SportsNet presents the 2013 Sea Trials with limited commercial interruption next.
12 cars from Sport Chevrolet, and every experience has been a great one.
We've had a great experience every time we've come here, and we love the atmosphere.
That's why I keep coming back. The price is great, and the service is outstanding.
People love service, and that's what you get at Sport Chevrolet.
Sport Chevrolet looks really cool now. It's been completely renovated.
Oh, I'm a big sport fan.
I am definitely a sport fan.
I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't a sport fan. I believe in these people, their product, and their dealership.
Sport Chevrolet, be a sport fan too.
Next, please. It's going to be $12 or $6, you guys. Or?
Okay, are you pranking me or something?
You'd be surprised how many people actually choose to pay more. You're probably paying too much for your wireless bill right now. You know, if you switch to Cricket, you can get unlimited plans for half the price of AT&T and Verizon. And you can do more with the money you save every month.
More movie dates?
You've made a wise choice. Puppy Love is a fine film.
Really?
Yeah.
Looks terrible.
It's my favorite movie. So many layers.
Switch to Cricket, get a great plan, and save $200 in the Samsung Galaxy S4. See how half really is more at Cricket.
This summer, Martina Hingis, Venus Williams, and the Washington Castles stand on the brink of history. Just 2 wins, 2 steps away from the all-time record.
The Castles make it 32 wins in a row, champions of World Team Tennis.
For the Naval Academy's class of 2016, the sea trials are a conclusion of a year's worth of dedication and hard work. The lessons learned since induction day must now manifest themselves in a grueling test designed to push the plebes to their limit. The mission statement is clear. To overcome the day's challenges, plebes must be strong as individuals and as a team.
The mission of sea trials is to provide
culminating physical and mental challenge
to the 2016 plebe class
that is designed to test
teamwork,
endurance,
and mental toughness
while strengthening the bonds
of company and class.
We will push through
physical and mental barriers,
both individually
and as a team.
And as a team.
And as a team.
Four days before the start of the 2013 Sea Trials, Midshipman Victoria Cannon's team gathers one final time to finalize the logistics for the longest day of the year at the Naval Academy.
Then we're just going to go over the final staff brief that Lopez is going to be giving the staff on Monday night before Colonel Montana's speech. Before we do that, though, we're just going to do one last round robin for any last-minute things we have. And then
it is up to Midshipman Cannon staff to efficiently coordinate more than 800 plebes through 15 hours of grueling events, from station to station, through dangerous tasks without injury. Mostly organized by upperclassmen, Sea Trials is not just a learning experience for the plebes.
For the upperclassmen, it is a leadership opportunity for them. And in fact, a pretty tough one. Again, it's to inspire and motivate, which is probably one of the toughest things to do as leaders. You can tell people what to do all day long, but to get them to actually follow you requires that motivation piece.
Kick it, music, go! Yeah.
Ultimately, the success of the sea trials won't be measured by who ran the fastest, jumped the highest, or fought the hardest, but who embraces the concept of teamwork. The achievements of this day are a crucial building block to a successful military career.
You will be pushed to a limit, and some plebes will fail, but through that failure, they will find out what they need to work on for the next 3 years they have at the Naval Academy. For others, physically, it will be an easy aspect, but the hard part will come with the teamwork. Overcoming challenges, overcoming obstacles, and working as a team to accomplish them together.
In his speech to the class of 2016 on Induction Day last June, Vice Admiral Michael Miller said, "In order to succeed here and make it to graduation day in 2016, you will have to work as a team. Individuals will not prevail." Just over a year ago, more than 1,200 wide-eyed and fresh-faced plebes entered a brand new world designed to transform them into the next generation of leaders. For Atlanta native Max Goldwasser, enrolling at the Naval Academy was an easy choice, giving him an opportunity to grow into the person he knows he can become.
I would say that it was the ideal fit for me because what I wanted to explore was leadership and boxing. Those are my two focuses here, and that's what this place was really offering me. I'm surrounded by people that are like-minded, driven, really strong people who really understand what it takes to become the leaders that are going to lead this military.
Yeah, let's go.
Goldwasser and his fellow classmates are a part of a select group at the Naval Academy.
Someone told me it's really hard to get into. You have to get a nomination from a congressman, you know, and they tell you these things to scare you away from them. But really, when you start telling me the more challenging it is, the more I want to do it.
Only 7% of those who applied to be a part of the class of 2016 were accepted.
You know, we all really want to succeed, and so, you know, having these challenges, it just makes it that much more important for us to make sure we get everything done, you know, memorize everything we need to memorize, you know, get up early when we need to get up early, and actually do the work that's prescribed to us, because we all want to be those leaders, we all want to succeed.
To succeed, the plebes live a life different than most college freshmen. The freedoms many first-year college students are accustomed to don't exist on this campus. Restrictions include no TV, music, or movies. Plebes cannot wear civilian clothing and can only speak when spoken to by an upperclassman. A plebes day is filled with training and academics with little time for socializing.
It's a different kind of tough. It's not, you know, it's tough physically, but it's also really tough mentally. You know, you have to be in it as far as your mind. Your mind has to be in it every day when you wake up. You have to know that, you know, I'm a midshipman in the United States Naval Academy. I have to give 100% of myself.
You know, getting up early every day, going to bed late, you know, trying to, you know, still keep up with athletics and everything like that. At the same time, you know, you're stressed academically, so you're mentally challenged all the time.
Unfortunately for Goldwasser, his challenges extended past the campus.
If we had some lives on the Bravo side, we might just slow it down, but I'm against the wall right now.
At the end of the semester, I got a call from my parents, and they told me that my house had burned down in December. I finished up my exams a little bit early, got to go home, and, you know, coming home to not home was definitely a challenge. Driving by the house, you know, that was just a charred wreck, you know, going through the stuff, trying to find things that are left over. It was really just a tough mental strain.
A plebes year is hard enough in the most ideal of situations, but with things at home unsettled, the Navy community rallied around one of their own.
I had two chaplains come to my room, knock on my door personally, you know, talk to me, make sure everything was all right. They reached out to my mom, who was having a hard time. You know, the battalion commander came out to my room, you know, made sure everything was okay. Really just the support that I had everywhere, it was really inspiring.
Inspiration isn't hard to find at the Naval Academy, with plebes of all sizes working together toward the same goal.
I hope you guys are ready for the longest day of your lives yet.
The dark phase of sea trials begins just after 3 in the morning as the plebes gather on Farragut Field to begin a day that will test their mind, body, and spirit. For roughly the next 15 hours, they'll be put through a series of challenges that will serve as a culmination of a life-changing year at the Naval Academy. The day begins with a physical warm-up. Morale is high and the mood is light as the plebes eagerly start their regimen.
The dark phase was the funnest part of sea trials because during dark phase, we had all of the energy. You know, we had just waken up and we were ready to, you know, hit the ground running.
That's when everyone got the scraped elbows, scraped knees, but our youngsters, which are our sophomores, they were there with us and they were making it a lot of fun. They were kind of cracking jokes, so it wasn't too bad.
Up! Down! I think you can do better than that.
They had music playing for us real loud. You know, there were a lot of upper class out there at 3 in the morning who weren't going with us, but still wanted to be out there to support us, and that got us all jazzed.
The laughter and smiles will soon give way to steely faces of determination and exhaustion. But for now, the air is filled with giddy anticipation. While some groups wrestle with a giant tire, others begin their morning in the dirt at the wire crawl station. The dark phase is just a warm-up for the challenges to come.
It really wasn't, you know, that strenuous. It was still kind of cool out, so like, you know, we didn't really get overheated. But I mean, it was still challenging.
That was an accident.
But as the sun rises over Annapolis and sea trials begins in earnest, companies soon realized the real challenges had yet to begin. In the sandbag drill, companies must build 3 separate walls using the sandbags provided. The key is speed and keeping your fellow classmates motivated.
You use every sandbag in the construction. Every 2 minutes, Mr. Frudenberger will blow the vuvuzela. When he does that, I will call out a PT. As soon as you hear me call it the PT, start doing the PT. All the sandbags need to go. You can make it as long as you want. I just need to be able to lay down behind it. No, let's go. Push up. Motivation. Yeah.
Plebes are interrupted throughout the drill for required physical training, or PT, adding an extra level of physicality to an already difficult exercise. In this drill, the most successful teams are the ones which pull together to work as a unit to keep their teammates' spirits up.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! Come on, guys, we got this! Encourage one another!
The success of teamwork isn't just measured by the physical events, but also by the ones that present mental challenges. In the explosive ordnance disposal drill, companies must use their wits to complete their mission, despite growing exhaustion.
So what you're holding right now is a series of objects that are laid out in a very specific manner. On the other side of this obstacle course, there are little bins with purple tops on them that contain these exact objects. So the way this game is going to work is that you and your squad will have to get through this obstacle course and by memory rearrange these objects found in those bins. If you're successful in doing that, my staff over there at the other side will give you a code to unlock your hostage.
All right, let's go, boys and girls.
Plebes must navigate through this course without touching the wires, while upperclassmen do their best to provide a distraction, screaming misinformation.
You guys are being timed. Hurry up.
Keeping sharp mentally is as much a part of sea trials as any physical obstacle. In the EOD drill, memorizing a picture can be just as hard as doing 30 push-ups or scaling a wall. This is a drill that, above all, requires focus and being able to trust your teammates.
Come on, keep going. You're being tough. Come on, keep going. You sure it's like that? You sure? Tell them this way. We're here for you. Are you done? Are you done? You sure? Are you done? Just turn. Take your time. No pressure. Look at it this way. Look at it this way. I don't know. You're asking me. I don't know. Are you done? That's how it is. Are you done? Yes, sir. Yep. The lock is DOLT.
It's easy to see when a team completes a task successfully. The bond of teamwork can help overcome any challenge.
Hey, way to be nimble, dude.
From the blue corner from Atlanta, Georgia, class of 2016, in the 29th company, Max Goldwasser.
Few plebes on campus went through more challenges than Max Goldwasser did this past year. On top of the rigorous plebe schedule and losing his house, Goldwasser was also part of the Navy boxing team, impressively finishing the season ranked second in the country. And despite the individual nature of the sport, the theme of teamwork resonates even still.
I mean, there's the whole team of us, you know. I'm not a national champ, but we've got 4 other people who are. So, you know, being able to be on that support team, and, you know, they may be up in the ring, but, you know, you're right there on the sidelines with them, and you're cheering, you're yelling, you're telling them what to do, and they're not listening to you, but it doesn't matter because you're just trying to be the voice in their ear, just trying to support them.
For Goldwasser, the sea trials turned out not to be just fun and games. As in life, the lessons learned here are often learned the hard way.
Whether it was a pop or a twist, I couldn't really tell you, but I do know that something went wrong with my knee. The corpsman came over and said, you know, I really want to send you over to BMU, you know, like you won't be able to finish, but I really need your knee to get checked out. And I said, you know, that's really not what I'm trying to do. My company commander, my company XO came over and they talked to him too, and they were like, no, I mean, he's got to finish, because I don't think I would have been able to live with that if I had just, you know, sat off to the side.
Max would spend the rest of the day on the sidelines with his company, serving as an inspirational voice.
More really excited and proud to watch the rest of my company mates carry on the way that they did. And, you know, I tried to provide as much motivation as I could, you know, still cheering everyone on, you know, getting people water, you know, trying to just help out where I could.
Preparing young men and women for battle is as much a part of sea trials as anything else. The riverine drill is another example that lessons learned on this day will carry forward throughout their military career.
Today we're exposing the plebes to a little bit of riverine warfare. As of now, we designed a course, my station staff and I, that we just a little mock. There's a compound, as you can see, the water treatment facility, and our purpose is to just give the plebes a little exposure to some squad tactics, some team building exercises, and a little pressure through some enemy threat. So we have them going around the outside of the course, following a trail led by our squad leaders, and when they get to the around the course, they are led to the compound. At the compound, they're greeted with some enemy fire. We have some smoke grenades, a little flashbang, and then we have some vehicles coming in, just applying some pressure. The squad leader just basically helps them get back. We have a downed pilot inside the house, and they retrieve the pilot and get them back to the safety zone where they're extracted through the boats.
All right, ready? Do it. Go. Get in the room. Get in the room. Get me out of here. Get a pilot out. Get him out. Get him out.
They broke my ribs. I can only stumble.
Help him out. Help him out. You heard the gunshot. Let's go. Come on.
Though just an exercise, the importance of the riverine drill can't be overstated. In a hostage situation, success will only be achieved by the work of a cohesive unit, working towards the same goal. In the paintball exercise, teams play a game of capture the flag, coordinating their attack against their fellow companies. Strategy plays a huge role for companies in this drill. Those with a plan tend to succeed far more than those without. And the plebes willing to sacrifice themselves learn the mission is more important than the individual.
We just sprinted up there. I kind of sacrificed myself because I was in the front. My other classmates, they went around the side and they got the, I think it was a flag we had to take the flag in, and we ended up winning that evolution. All for the team.
Team. A simple concept. The idea that any number of individuals can come together to succeed as a single unit. It is just one part of the Sea Trials learning process, but an idea that isn't lost on the class of 2016.
Realizing that you all have one goal, one purpose, and coming together and finding ways, because everyone has their own talent. And teamwork is bringing out those talents in people and pushing it together to reach that goal. You know, you try to tell most people, oh yeah, I'm about to go on a 15-hour endurance test. They'd be like, why?
No Nobel laureate for literature, William Faulkner, once said, "I believe that man will not merely endure, he will prevail. He is immortal. Not because he alone among creatures has an inexhaustible voice, but because he has a soul, a spirit capable of compassion and sacrifice and endurance."
Don't let them stop you. Come on. There you go. Don't let them stop you.
That endurance was tested on the naval station side as the plebes were confronted with the task of running the obstacle course. The obstacle course at the U.S. Naval Academy was designed by the Marines to challenge physical fortitude. The course measures the upper and lower body fitness of the plebes while hurdling logs, crossing monkey bars, going over a high wall, and finishing with a rope climb.
Midshipmen Second Class Jason Burns, Station Commander for the course.
Just like that, just like that. No break.
It's basically a test of everything that a soldier might experience in combat, like different obstacles to get over.
I mean, some of the obstacles are difficult. I mean, I've always had trouble with monkey bars, but, you know, there's, you know, like a 20-foot monkey bar section. I finished it. It was really hard for me, whereas, you know, for some of my other squad mates, the rope climb. For some people, that was more difficult. So really, it provides sort of like a level playing field for everybody because some obstacles may be tougher for others. So it's definitely a great equalizer, but a lot of fun nonetheless.
For midshipmen looking to join the Marines, men must complete the O course in 1 minute. For women, 2 minutes.
I've done it like 1:06. I'm trying to max it for, I'm trying to go Marine Corps this summer. I think the fastest time that's ever been on for this one at the naval station is like 51 seconds. So, pretty fast.
From the onset, Sarah Giraldo ran the obstacle course at a steady pace until some of the obstacles slowed down her teammates in front of her. She could only verbally motivate her fellow plebes to get through this portion of sea trials.
There you go, sis. Use the log on the side. Use the log. I'm pretty outspoken. If I see something, you know, I'll say it. Some people say it's just because I'm a New Yorker, but I just think it's the type of person I am. There you go. There you go. Kick off with that right foot.
The enthusiasm is inspiring, and it makes everybody catch it. I mean, it's just to watch them. You can see also it's not just the plebes. Their squad leaders, their company commanders are all getting in with them and pushing them harder. And then, you know, if you go over to the ground fighting, they're actually going against each other, and it's pretty awesome to watch.
Sarah Giraldo is small in stature, standing at 5'1". She's one of 294 women in a class of more than 1,200 plebes and is constantly proving her doubters wrong.
Right off from the start, since high school, I've been hearing, oh, you're going to the Naval Academy, you're so small, you're so late. You know, how are you going to do all these things? People look down at you for being a woman. They think you're not strong enough. You know what? We are, and we're stronger than a lot of the guys out there. You might be small, but you have muscle. And sea trial especially, it's an endurance test, and women have a lot of endurance.
Sarah was merely a child when her mom and dad decided to uproot from Colombia to America, and she herself braved a new frontier, becoming the first in her immediate family to join the military.
My parents worked incredibly hard to get here, and I know their first couple years, it was not easy. And you know, I owe them a lot for what they've done for me, because what they've done is, you know, really to give my siblings and I a better future. A lot of times when I'm struggling, I almost think back to them. And I think, you know, they worked so hard to get me here. You know, not just at the academy, just here in this country. You know, anyone out there, it's hard work to accomplish something. You know, my parents worked very hard to get where we are now. I worked hard to get through plebe year. It's hard work, and if you really put out and you really want something, you have a goal in mind, like you can get there. You just gotta push through the hard times.
Your safety, keep your hands on the log. Down! Up! Down! Up! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The most challenging, or the one I'd want to do the least, is probably the log.
My least favorite moment was log PT.
You know, we carried around, we We lift it, you know, we do crunches with it.
Up, let's go!
All sorts of physical activity.
This is our giant log. Took nine guys to lift this, and they're still struggling the entire time. So I'd say this is probably, what'd you guys say, close to 500? Yeah, close to 500 pounds. 500 pounds would be a good estimate on this log. We're looking at, it's about a foot in diameter, but it's nice and heavy. It's very dense.
Whether you're Sarah's size or a foot taller like Gary Coleman Jr., this particular station does not discriminate.
That was a point where my lower body had shut down. I had cramped out, and I wasn't able to sprint. And it was a timed event. So, and I was the last guy to cross the line because my legs had cramped up. That was definitely, you know, the worst time because I wasn't able to contribute in an event that I'm normally the strongest contributor.
Basically, what we're doing here is we're trying to get the plebes to physically just put them under a lot of stress, and it gives them a chance to endure hardship, but teaches them a little bit about leadership and the things that they can do to help each other out.
Slide out.
There you go, there you go.
Down.
Now set her down, and you're done. Grab your gear. Good job.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Good job.
At 11:30, the regiment switched from Naval Station side to Hospital Point, and vice versa. It's a 2-mile run encompassing a jaunt across the new Severn River Bridge, followed by a 20-minute rest.
Let's go, C-Drive!
First, I was like, yes, we're halfway done. And at the same time, we're only halfway done. So, but it was something to look forward to because you knew that, you know, every step of the way, you're making it a little closer.
All I was thinking was, you know, I was thinking about the moment. I was thinking about the moment of running over this bridge with my classmates, and I'm singing cadences, and, you know, they're singing them back. Beat down.
For me, a stronger part is running. We were getting over the bridge. I saw some of my friends falling behind. I tried to push them.
There are 30 varsity sports at the Naval Academy and 13 club teams. Sarah, an avid runner, joined the marathon club team, which maintains a roster of at least 25 members.
I started running in middle school, ran cross country all through high school, cross country and track. Was captain of my cross country team, and I loved it. And our races in cross country were 5K, so 3.1 miles. And I always felt like that wasn't enough. You know, I would run and I'd do great, but it was that last mile that I was feeling the best, you know? So I was like, I need to do something more. And I heard about the marathon team here. I was like, you know, I'll give it a shot. And I didn't think I would love it as much as I do.
This is the 37th Marine Corps Marathon. You are motivating. You are inspiring.
I absolutely loved it. It was my first marathon, and it was so motivating. I did not expect that it would be that great. Everywhere I ran, every single part of it, there were people on the sides cheering for me, and most of them were actually Marines. So it was so motivating. You know, there were parts where it was getting rough. Around mile 20, you're just exhausted. And then you look to your left, and there's a Marine colonel standing on the side cheering for you. And you're thinking, you know, this colonel has probably done so much for the country in his time in the Marine Corps. He's pushed so hard. I'm here just running a few miles. I can't give up if he, you know, he's cheering for me. He's motivating me. It was a great experience, so I really enjoyed it.
Each year, the goal of every runner on the team is to qualify and compete at the Boston Marathon. April 15th, 2013. What was supposed to be a triumphant day for Sarah's fellow marathon mates in Beantown turned tragic. 2 bombs exploded, killing 3 people and wounding more than 260.
My team was there, my friends were there, and you know, I was watching them online, and I saw as it happened in the news, and I was just absolutely shocked. And the first thing I thought was, you know, where's my team? Where are my friends? And I was personally hit because it's symbolic, really. You know, the Boston Marathon is symbolic. It's, you know, a time when people come together. It's, you know, it's the country unifying. People from all over the world come to run this together. You know, yes, there is a competition, but it's one big team, really. And to see that, it hurt.
Through life's journey, we are sometimes given moments we must endure with poise and strength. As the day dragged on, sea trials tested the plebes' mental and physical endurance.
Yeah. Oh, straight back. Way to go.
Napoleon Bonaparte, considered one of the greatest military minds in history, once said, "The first virtue in a soldier is endurance of fatigue. Courage is only the second virtue."
You're doing all these stations and, you know, you make it from phase to phase, and then you look at the watch and it's, you know, been only 30 minutes. And so you're like, wow, you know, I've got 15 hours left of this.
Your body is literally screaming to you, you know, I'm tired, I have a cramp, I'm exhausted, I can't move anymore. Sometimes throughout the day, my classmates, they would say, you know, man, I'm tired, man, this sucks. And I'd be like, hey, man, be quiet, shut up. I don't want to hear that.
I think one thing that helped a lot was humor, honestly.
Baby, anchors away.
Yeah.
Anchors away. Some people were cracking random jokes, and that really helped lighten the mood, because if everyone's in a good mood, then it's a lot easier to keep pushing through.
During the pool phase, they said that we were going to have sharking. And what sharking is, you know, you go down and you swim down to the bottom of the pool and pick up a weight. And while you're swimming down there picking up the weight, there are guys in the water trying to pull you down and keep you down. You know, and I wasn't worried about it, but it was something where I was thinking, like, this is going to take a lot of energy.
She's lying.
Good to get clean, but I was terrified that I was gonna cramp up, and I know some people did, and that made me nervous, you know, being all tired and then suddenly hopping in the water. You know, you're treading water, and, you know, I was just nervous about cramping up.
Down, 1, 2, down, 3, down, 1, 2.
To endure means to sustain without impairment or yielding. And for Sarah Giraldo, she endured the challenges of sea trials even through her more laboring moments.
One part I struggled a lot with was carrying a rucksack. That thing, the backpack alone weighed probably 40 pounds, not including the jacket and the helmet. And I was really falling behind. And I had my classmates literally push my back and cheer me on and say, come on, Sarah. This guy, Alec Tunney, was the one standing next to me, holding my bag, yelling, come on, G, you can make it. And, you know, we'd all be jogging, and I'd start to go for a walk, and he'd be, no, come on, G, you're not walking. So I owe him a lot.
And despite her diminutive size, Sarah persevered through sea trials with support from her family, friends, and classmates.
This was something new, something out of ordinary, and it was rewarding. You gotta push those limits. You gotta get out of your comfort zone. You gotta get out there. You can't be afraid to get down and dirty. Sea trial especially, it's not about how much muscle you have. It's about mental work, because you need to keep pushing on. It's an endurance test. It's all mental. And if you have that, you can take on any challenge.
Good fun.
You can't listen to yourself. You know, you can't listen to the fact that you're tired. You know, your body's tired. Your body is literally screaming to you, you know, I'm tired. I have a cramp. I'm exhausted. I can't move anymore. My skin is gone. It's scraped. It hurts. You know, your body is yelling at you all throughout the day, all throughout, you know, the evolutions. But you know, you can't listen to it.
The physical toll of sea trials becomes more clear as the day wears on. The faces of the plebes paint a picture of exhaustion and desperation to finish the task at hand. But with the end in sight, the challenge now is to muster the mental fortitude to complete the mission. Perhaps no station was as physically demanding as the ground fighting drill. Pitting company members against each other, it is a sheer test of wills and determination.
My name is Midshipman Second Class Brian Colby. I'm here at the ground fighting station at United States Naval Academy Sea Trials. What we have going on is the plebes are participating in a ground fighting station, so they're using hand-to-hand combat and ground fighting techniques. It's all submission-based, and this is techniques that you'd be learning in Marine Corps martial arts, and things that we transition and bring right directly into the fleet.
Tap, 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 tap. I didn't tap. No, he was going to choke you. I wasn't going to tap. Yeah, that's the problem. You weren't going to tap.
Once the person you were initially fighting is out, you can go help another one of your teammates.
Grab his arms, grab his wrist away.
Hand-to-hand combat is a challenge that forces you to look within yourself to overcome the opponent in front of you. For 22-year-old Gary Coleman Jr., digging deep to beat the odds is nothing new.
I moved around a lot. My parents, they got divorced when I was 11 years old. And when they got divorced, we were living in East Baltimore. But I went back and forth between both parents. So I lived with a couple family friends in, you know, North Avenue, Chapel Street, you know, right in the hood, I guess.
After graduating high school and with things unsettled at home, Coleman decided to enlist in the Navy.
I sought out leadership positions in boot camp, and when I got to my A school, you know, training for my job specialty, you know, I sought out leadership positions there. I mean, I made sure that when they told us that I could possibly get promoted from an E1 to an E4, you know, I set that up here, and I said, you know, I'm gonna go to it, I'm gonna meet it, and I'm gonna get that.
Coleman excelled as an enlisted man, moving up the ranks quickly. By 19, he was an E5, a position of leadership, in charge of subordinates older than him.
At that point, I kind of saw that my life could go one or two ways. I could have continued the enlisted route, or, you know, I could go officer because I was still, you know, really young. I mean, I just thought about it, and I just decided I wanted to go the officer route. That was the route that I wanted to take.
3 years after enlisting, Coleman enrolled in the Naval Academy Preparatory School. And despite not having been in a classroom in almost 3 years, he achieved his greatest academic success.
You know, I finished the prep school with, I think I had a 3.2 GPA. When I was in high school, it wasn't that I had an academic problem, because I had all these things going on, you know, moving around and, you know, drama with my family, but it was just I had a discipline problem. It was just, if I could just focus myself on doing something, that I'll be successful at, and that's what I did at the prep school. I showed that, you know, if I focus on academics, I'll be successful at it.
Focus in the classroom has led Coleman to this point, the culmination of his plebe year. At Sea Trials, keeping your focus, especially in battle, is paramount to victory.
Midshipman Third Class Kevin Dorn. I'm a staff corporal here at the Pupil Stick Station. The goal here is to give all the plebes this Pupil Stick, and we want them to take the red end, knock them in the helmet, and first one to 3 hits gets the win. And we just want them to show a lot of motivation and get excited here at Sea Trials.
Feeling pretty good for this. Pupil Stick. I already went one time, so this will be my second time up against the company. Key to winning was I tried to pull his stick down so I could get a quickie on his head. I'm just happy I was able to win that for my classmates. Kill him! Kill him! Go in there with everything, man. That's pretty much all. You go in there with strategy, but for the most part, man, just go for that headshot. Just don't quit. Don't quit.
When you are in the fight and things are at their hardest, the easy way out is to quit. It is at that moment when your mental toughness is tested the most. Coleman reached that crossroad last summer.
I was an E5. I was living in Hawaii. I was stationed in Hawaii. And, you know, I had my own apartment, my own car. I had a girlfriend. And life was pretty good for me. I told my detailers in plebe summer, I told them, you know, this is not for me. I don't want to graduate from the Naval Academy. I don't want to be a midshipman anymore. And it was really surprising to them because I was one of the top performers in my my plebe company. You know, I was the one, all the guys, they looked up to me. So when I told them that, you know, this is not something that I wanted to do, they were really taken aback.
What sets these midshipmen apart from your average college freshman is that in the face of adversity, when the chips are down, they put others ahead of themselves.
They told me that if I quit, that my classmates who look up to me, they would quit. Some of them might quit because some of them were on the line. And, you know, when they told me that, and I really thought about it, and I said, well, if I'm going to quit, then that's on me. But if I quit and I cause other people to quit too, I can't bear that, you know? So at that point, you know, I just sucked it up.
Go down the hill, let's go. Let's go. Put yourself back.
At sea trials, sucking it up means fighting through the cramps, through the exhaustion, and finding any way possible to keep moving. As the day wears on, the effects of the extreme challenges take their toll. Upperclassmen provide the plebes with water, energy drinks, bananas, and maybe most importantly,
take the mustard, man.
Mustard. The sodium content of the popular condiment, normally earmarked for hot dogs, is a unique but effective way to combat dehydration. With the sun bearing down, Sea Trials continues its relentless assault on the plebes.
Midshipman second class Reitmeyer. So this is the wet and sandy course. They do it every year. They dig a trench through the dirt up here, and the trench, they try and get it as muddy as possible. The mud's a little bit of a deterrent, and at the same time, it's like kind of scary to dive into the mud. It looks really soft, but there's normally a lot of rocks at the bottom. The station staff here is doing an awesome job at keeping the rocks out, though, trying to make it as pain-free as possible for the plebes while still giving them a good time.
Those last couple hours were going by so slow, and someone, you know, starts telling the time, and you're like, oh, you know, I'm tired, I don't want to low crawl anymore. We also got into the Severn at one point, and after that, I think that was the hardest part because we were wet, we were sandy, it was like rubbing all over, and you know, you just want to be done, and you have to keep going with wet uniform. So that was definitely a low point.
With the finish line in sight, the wet and sandy course provides the plebes with one last test of perseverance. Now it's time to summon the strength for their battered bodies to crawl through the mud and the muck. To be sure, it is a daunting task, requiring the mind to push through when the heart wants to quit.
Let's go, guys. When the school year came, I still was thinking about leaving. So, you know, I brought it up to my company officer, and I said, sir, you know, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to be a midshipman anymore. My heart's just not in it. He told me that, okay, you can start your paperwork, but not until you finish this semester. He wouldn't let me leave until I finished the semester.
Not only did Coleman finish the semester, he finished the year with his classmates, exhibiting the mental toughness it takes to make it through the plebe year. The Sea Trial sets out to test three main concepts: teamwork, endurance, and mental toughness. None of these can be achieved without help from your classmates. While it requires personal dedication and fortitude, the motivating spirit of camaraderie is a building block towards greatness.
I'm just so grateful for the people that helped me push myself to where I am right now. You know, not just the people here at the Naval Academy, but, you know, the people in the Navy. It's all about people. This organization, the United States Navy, I mean, it's definitely all about people. And, yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm just grateful.
There you go, guys.
Sea Trials ends in the late evening. At 17:35 hours military time, and the exhausted plebes can finally rest. There is genuine excitement that the day is over, but overwhelmingly there is a sense of relief that the year they worked so hard to get through has finally ended.
It was a long day, you know. We've been up since 3 a.m. this morning, and we just finished a little after 5. And I'm exhausted. My classmates, they all exhausted. But the best part about all of that is it's over.
It was an awesome physical challenge, awesome mental challenge, and really it brought the whole year to a phenomenal close at the end.
Even though it's hard at the time and you might feel like you want to give up, the feeling you get afterwards is more than you can ask for. Something that I could say I'm proud of.
From the beginning, from day one of plebe summer, you know, eventually one day you're gonna go through sea trials and you won't be a plebe anymore. You know, so it was a great feeling. It was amazing, and I felt really accomplished at that moment.
Today you realize, as individuals, you may gain a foot or two, and you may fail. But collectively, you gain yards and miles, and success is the only thing that will be on the horizon.
Coming up.
Damn the torpedoes!
With the sea trials behind them, the class of 2016 faces one more hurdle to complete their plebe year.
We put nearly 100 pounds of Crisco grease on there.
Discounters is your trusted Tempur-Pedic elite retailer. We offer an extensive product selection, superior service, and unsurpassed customer satisfaction.
Looking sharp, Len. Who's the lucky lady?
I'm going to the bank to discuss a mortgage.
See, you need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to Lending Tree. I calculate how much home I can afford. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
Everything you need to get a better mortgage. Clothing optional. Lending Tree. When banks compete, you win.
Okay.
Awkward.
Put more into your summer with the 2013 GMC Sierra. And now get a Sierra with more standard features like StabiliTrak, Eaton rear locking differential, and 6 months of OnStar directions and connections. More confidence with America's best pickup coverage, including 2 years of scheduled maintenance, and more value with up to $8,500 for current GMC owners who trade up to Sierra PowerTech. The only thing there won't be more of are 2013 GMC Sierras. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Free gift card worth up to $300 on any Tempur-Pedic or Serta Perfect Sleeper set purchase.
Mattress Discounters!
My son, Riley, is class of 2016, and we're here to watch the Herndon climb, and then I'll finish off the plebe year at the Naval Academy. His great-grandfather and a couple great uncles went here, and for the parents, it can nerve-wracking at times. So you're always kind of wondering what's going on. You don't always know, but more than anything, there's just a ton of pride, and we just couldn't be happier, and I'm more proud about what he's doing and what he's going to be doing in the future.
During the 15 grueling hours of sea trials, 828 plebes had their resolve tested, physically, emotionally, and mentally, pushed and pulled in so many ways. Their minds and bodies asked to perform at a level most had never reached before. They carried out their duties. This mission was accomplished. They had survived Sea Trials 2013. 6 days after sea trials concluded, the class of 2016 had reached its final assignment, a monumental task.
Everyone was excited. I know I was all pumped up.
Why no shoes? Because right over there is a 20-foot tall obelisk, and we're going to be climbing on top of each other, making a human ladder to get all the way up. And shoes will be a little bit painful for those like me who are going to be on the bottom.
Like the previous 72 plebe classes before them, Herndon awaits. On this warm spring day, they've been asked to climb to the top of this gray obelisk and remove the Dixie Cup hat and replace it with an upperclassman's hat, thus signifying the official end of their plebe year.
You know, the phrase, I'm sure you heard it, plebes no more. That's been something that we've been waiting to say all year.
But attacking Herndon would prove to be the challenge it always has been. A slippery slope indeed.
We put nearly 100 pounds of Crisco grease on there. You have to strategically place the grease to make sure you're going to make it the most challenging for the plebes.
I'm expecting to get Herndon done quick.
The fastest time officially registered for scaling Herndon was 1 minute and 30 seconds in 1969, but no grease was used that year. The longest time in the greased era belongs to the plebes in 1995. It took them an agonizing 4 hours and 5 minutes.
I honestly thought it was going to be a little bit easier. I thought, oh, easy, people will get their link arms, level 1, 2, 3, you know, just get up there. But I underestimated the grease. I definitely wanted to get in there. I definitely wanted to be part of it.
You know, there's a lot of tall guys here, and I've been trying to talk to some of them and tell them all they have to do is just get on each other's shoulders and we'll be done really quickly.
What's your strategy out there? You have a strategy?
Right now, we're just trying to link arms and make sure we use the whole unity thing, because, you know, it's all about the linking and chain and brotherhood. So just making sure that it's not us getting to the top, but as a whole, we're getting to the top.
In a ritual that mirrored the plebe year, there were many ups and downs to endure this afternoon. But if Herndon holds one truth for the first-year midshipmen, it is that perseverance pays off in the end.
It's just amazing to be on this side of the fence and looking back at a year. It went by so fast.
They came to Annapolis as 3 individuals and in their own way learned to become a part of a team, an institution, and a new way of life.
It was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and there's nothing that I can really equate to it. This place isn't gonna mold you into the leader that it can unless you really take in everything it has to offer.
I really hope to take as many opportunities as I can. I think it could really make me grow personally, you know, both physically, mentally, and I hope to take every opportunity that it has.
My classmates, they won't let me quit. My upper class, they won't let me quit. My company officer won't let me quit. And then at the end, I wouldn't let myself quit. And that's how I got through plebe year. I'm not looking for much out of life. I just want to serve my country. I want to do it well, do it to the best that I can possibly do.